questions Biden's hiring of Pete Buttigieg amid East Palestine fallout. No transportation experience. Buttigieg is a former mayor of South Bend, Indiana, and ran against Biden during the 2020 Democratic presidential primary. Why did President Joe Biden ever choose Pete Buttigieg to lead the Department of Transportation? That's exactly what Representative Jim Jordan took to Twitter to ask on Friday as Buttigieg continues to face criticism for his handling, or lack of, a train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio. The Norfolk Southern derailment, which took place on February 3, has prompted health and environmental concerns as many of the 38 involved cars spilled toxic chemicals, including vinyl chloride, butyl acrylate, isobutylene, and other harmful chemicals, into the nearby area. Jordan, Republican Ohio, suggested in a tweet that Buttigieg's hiring wasn't a good idea as he has no transportation experience. Maybe hiring a guy with no transportation experience to be the Secretary of Transportation wasn't a good idea? Jordan asked. Buttigieg, a former mayor of South Bend, Indiana, ran against Biden during the 2020 Democratic presidential primary. He dropped from the race, endorsed Biden, and was later chosen to join Biden's administration. He is also a former U.S. Navy intelligence officer. Secretary Pete's response to East Palestine has been a total disaster, Jordan added in another tweet. But don't worry, it was a lesson learned, the Republican continued, citing Buttigieg's own comment during an interview with CBS News. Can you imagine the media's reaction if a Republican tried that bogus excuse? Buttigieg visited Ohio on Thursday, nearly 3 weeks after the East Palestine train derailment, and was also mocked for appearing to wear dress shoes while surveying the affected areas. Other officials wore heavy work boots as they trolled the muddy site of the catastrophic train derailment. Ohio Senate GOP spokesperson Tom Evans wrote on Twitter, "Not shocked at all by Mayor Pete wearing dress shoes to East Palestine." In another tweet, Jordan said, "The people of East Palestine have shown us once again that DC elites don't get real America." Buttigieg spoke during a news conference during his trip but did not answer the media, instead sending his press secretary, Kerry Arndt, to respond to reporters' inquiries. A Department of Transportation spokesperson told Fox News Digital after the incident that the secretary was wearing boots. "We do not have a record of what brand they are," the spokesperson added. Before his arrival, Buttigieg released a three-pronged strategy to improve rail safety and accountability and made several public remarks. Republican lawmakers and others have criticized Buttigieg almost non-stop as he has struggled to resolve the supply chain crisis that caused shipping costs to soar due to the COVID pandemic, offer clear solutions for flight disruptions and FAA system failures, or quickly address the train derailments in Ohio and other states across the nation. Buttigieg has defended his actions in the face of criticism and placed the responsibility on Republicans like Senator Marco Rubio, Republican Florida, and former President Donald Trump. You know, the sort of theatrics of Donald Trump being in Palestine were odd, but this is a community that voted overwhelmingly for him. The county that Palestine is in voted 71-29 for Donald Trump. I want you to reflect on the irony. In 2016, it was 68-26. This is a Trump county. What do you make of the fact he went there despite the fact the regulations he rolled back were partly responsible for this tragedy? MSNBC's Joy Reid asked Buttigieg during a segment Thursday. Buttigieg responded, "It was definitely an ironic thing to do. You take down regulations, you water down regulations, you weaken the power of the administration to deal with freight railroad companies, and then you show up wanting to be a great friend of the people who have been impacted by a rail disaster," he added. The Biden official continued, "You know, this is somebody who as far as I know never went to a derailment site when one of those happens on his watch. And there were thousands. Even ones with fatalities. Never even sent his transportation secretary to go. Now that it's campaign season, I guess things are different. We were there to work. We were there to get things done." Rubio and other lawmakers have called for Buttigieg to resign. That's today's latest news. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment so that this channel can continue to exist. Thank you for listening to the end and I hope it's useful.